Hello farmers, welcome back to Hazzard County, Georgia. Third day of fall, autumn, however you want to call it. Yeah, so day 2 of fall is coming on. I did loads of contracts, loads and loads of contracts. Still doing loads and loads of contracts. Not as much on the third day as fall as I did on the second day as fall, because on the second day, I had every tractor going. The Deuce Fire was seeding, the Class tractor was fertilizing, the entire state of Georgia, it seemed. And I was in the Massey Ferguson cultivating even the fields that were even, I won't say the cheap ones, but for like $3,000 or $4,000 or whatnot. Yeah, then I went to bed, and right in the middle of the night, and it caught me off guard. I started getting the message of, yeah, no more room for wool. And I was like, what? Yeah, so I moved these this morning before the Class tractor went off to fertilize a field. And already today, I already gotten 600 liters of wool. It's fall. The sheep are producing wool like mad. As you can see, we got the mower now on the back of the Class tractor because we are going to mow some grass today. It's finally at 100%, and the grass is below 20% moisture. I do have the time scale down to 1 because at first I was like, well, I still can't harvest any fields yet today. Nothing's ready for harvest. So I thought about skipping the third day, and I'm like, wait a minute, how about your grass fields? And I checked the weather, so... yeah, I was going at like times 30 speed. I was just going to do a couple contracts and skip the day because, well, I need to record an episode. And me doing fertilizing huge fields, and that's about it. Not much of an episode, I think. So, yeah, at first I was planning on skipping the day. And I'm like, no, we got to mow the grass. I need some hay. So, yeah, we're doing that. So now we can bring it to the money page, and I can kind of show you where we're at. We're digging into that loan. We're getting close to buying Mr. Anderson's property here. Yeah, we're at $700,000 more to go on paying the loan. If you look at Monday, you can see I did almost $260,000 worth of contracts. The day before it was almost it was $286,000 worth of contracts. So the farm is making cash, but mostly doing contracts. Yesterday, though, you can see I did buy something. Yeah, we got the corn header. The corn header for our harvester came in. I had to go down and pick it up at the store. I thought they were supposed to deliver it, and they said, no, we don't have anything that can deliver that. And they said, but while you're down here, we got something of yours. So I went down to the store to get the corn header and the harvester, and where the stuff spawns, I turned the corner, and I'm like, what is that laying on the ground? And it was the canister of death fuel. I'm like, is it the one here? No, the one that's here is here. So... when that one flew out of the truck, I don't know where it went, but the game probably said that needs to be reset. And that is now at, well, yeah, it's still at the store. It's still at the store. So that's where we're staying. Right now, the Deuce Fire is up in field 93, and he's doing a contract. Whoops, wrong page. He's doing a contract for seeding for 26 grand. Yeah, he's just about done. Any other contracts? Not much of interest. Nothing showing for harvest. As for our cornfields here, if we go to the PDA, ta-da, no, one more page because there we go. Yeah, it says not ready for harvest, and I did check this, but I came here, my fields, the corn and base game, you would say, hey, it's ready for harvest. So I tried this out just to make sure, because in seasons, when I played seasons in 17, you pretty much went by the PDA page here. When this said it was ready for harvest, you could. So I said, well, I'll try it out anyways, because there's been kind of a little discussion, and I guess with modded geos, it's kind of hard, I think, to understand when fields are ready for harvest. But anyways, I brought the combine up here. I tried to harvest this corn, and no. So the corn is not ready for harvest. So I think I'm just going to go by what the PDA says, and also... I can bring you around a lot of fields here, and it looks like the stuff's ready for harvest. There are no harvesting contracts coming up either. So, I think I'll just go by the PDA for now. And I just want to get back to... where's my Class tractor? There we go. So, let's hop in this thing here so I can get this grass mowed. It should come out as dry grass, hopefully. And then we'll just have to wait some time for it to turn to hay, because I'd rather not buy hay if I can help it. Let's lower that, and I will switch to the back one. Make sure I hit the right button. This should be this one here to unfold that. I'll turn that one on. Turn that one on, and is it going to be in swath? It should be in swath mode where I left it. or does it reset? No, it's in swap mode. So yes, that may look like hay. I know it's probably the second time I've gone over this, but that is actually what we call dry grass. Wet grass would come out like what grass looks like in the base game. Dry grass looks like hay from the base game. Hay in Seasons, as I drive too close to the fence, kind of looks like straw, that kind of texture. So we're going to need this to sit here for a few hours. Now today, as for a drying day, is not bad, so we should be good. I will say that the forecast shows no chance of rain, but where it shows precipitation, it shows that I could get like 1/10 of an inch of rain. So I guess a rare shower may come through, and with my luck, that means probably a downpour, which would just really suck. But I'm taking my chances, and boy, I'm not guessing the right width on this and where to turn here. And the reason why I thought, okay, I can just wait until tomorrow and be sure about it. But then again, I'm hoping tomorrow is harvest day. So I said I don't want to be stuck in the morning mowing grass and then trying to find time during the day to go bale it up and put the bales of hay away. So I figured, well, I got this afternoon here. It's not going to take me long to mow the grass. Then we'll fast forward some time here. Hopefully this turns into hay before any kind of rain comes. As for drying potential, we got a 1+ sign for today. Not 2, but just 1. The wind's not that bad, but it's just 1+ sign. So yeah, it's an okay. It's a decent day for drying grass, anyways. That's what I want to say. So for as the farm goes, like we saw, $700,000 more to go, and then we can buy that land from Mr. Anderson and really start putting some things down. A wash station would be good. A DEF fuel pump maybe over there as well. And I'm thinking about moving the house, so we may sell this house here and relocate. So when I was doing contracts, or I should say when Horseplay was doing contracts for the most part the other day, I was going around the map just checking some things out, trying to plan for the future for the farm, that kind of stuff. Now when I know I mentioned this before as well, when we do buy Mr. Anderson's land, I'm not going to buy any more land until we pay off the loan again. So yes, obviously we're working to pay off the loan that we have, but once we do, I should be able to borrow the $1.7 million to buy that land, and then we'll pay it off again. But it shouldn't take us that long, I would think, having those size fields for ourselves and a full harvest. But time will tell. Got to get there first, so yeah, but it's not too bad to always plan ahead. Let me turn that off, turn that off. I think I'll just leave them down and they're fine, so I'm only going across the street. Yeah, but money-wise, I think I'm ahead further than I thought. Now, if we can get some of these harvest contracts going whenever they show up, that would be great. Because I'm hoping to get some cows this fall as well, but I need to get some contracts for fields that have soybeans in it, so I can make total mix rations. That would be really sweet to get them up and going. But also, at least in today's game, I need to also take care of the animals. Like in Seasons, you need to take... No, that's wrong. No, that needs to lower. Turn it on. You need to hit this button. There you go. And then I'll turn it back on there. So yeah, in Seasons, you pretty much every day and a half, 2 days, they say max, is what you got to do to take care of the animals. And the horses are one of them. I mean, the straw... Yeah, I'm not... Yeah, the straw situation there, I mean, I'm losing a little bit of straw, but not much. But it's still kind of frustrating that for some reason inside the bale shredder, the straw bale disappears at midnight apparently. But every 2 days, basically, I'm losing the 600 liters that we have left over out of the 4,000. Well, even the class tractor is only going 4 miles an hour up the hill. So the John Deere only did 4 miles an hour up the hill. Now we got the class tractor with 60 more horsepower, and it's slowing down going up the hill. What's the deal here? I mean, I'm way over specs on the horsepower. I well, I shouldn't say way over specs, but it should be more than efficient to go up that hill. So yeah, being almost noon here, hopefully sometime around 5 o'clock in the afternoon, hopefully this grass has turned to hay, and then I can bale it up, and once it's baled up, it's not going to be too bad at all if it starts to drizzle. I can get the bales on a trailer pretty darn quick. Now I do plan to use 8,000 liter bales, but I probably should check just one more thing. So the end of day 2, I had to go down to the horse barn and give the horses some more hay, and I did have a bale of hay down there, and I fed them some hay, and it only used like 700 liters of the bale. I want to make sure that the full bale is down there. I hope it's not disappearing like the bale, the straw bale is in the shredder. So I want to go down and check on that before I make 8,000 liter bales, because then I'll be losing a lot of hay. Or maybe I'll just have to store my, maybe it could be something to do with the situation where the bales are down there. I mean, it's in a shed, so it shouldn't be, I mean, it shouldn't be deteriorating. I mean, the straw bales down there are not deteriorating under the shed, just the ones in the shredder. But after we get done mowing this, which is going to be pretty soon, I'll make a quick trip down to the horse barn, and I'll check on the hay bale to see if it's still got, I want to say 3,300 liters in the bale. But I am a little disappointed in this class tractor when I'm mowing uphill that I'm going just as slow as the John Deere did. I thought the John Deere was like maybe 6 horsepower over the requirement of the mowers. So I'm like, well, okay, it is borderline, and I'm going uphill, so that's why we upgraded to the class tractor. And I think we got 60 more horsepower. And yeah, I'm doing exactly the same thing that John Deere was doing. I'm not going to regret getting the class tractor, but you know, I was trying to keep a John Deere on hand because that is a John Deere dealership down here in the county, so it would have been nice to you know, help out the local store, keep up with the brand that they're trying to sell. I mean, I'm buying from them anyway, so they should be happy, period. But, you know, maybe they get a kickback from the John Deeres. I don't know. And then I bought the John Deere harvester, and we had some problems with the John Deere harvester and the header combo that we had. And I made the farmer's decision to sell the combine and get the new Class Lexion because, well, that's the new thing, right? So you want to go with the new thing. Yeah, we had some problems here a little while ago, midsummer, with the combine and header combo. We had a problem with the trailer that we had, and like I said, it kind of started with the John Deere tractor that we had. I thought it was underpowered, but this is doing the same thing. So I swapped out quite a few things in the first season here on the farm. But now things are coming together. Contracts galore are being done, but I will admit I'm kind of done. I'm getting kind of tired of doing the contracts. It'd be nice once we get Mr. Anderson's land, we'll have more than enough land just to focus on our own land and maintain that stuff for a season. And just do the occasional contract if I need. Say I'm running out of oats, I could always go do some oats, or maybe some corn or soybean, something like that. But as for fertilizing contracts and all that, I don't see us really needing to do that. That is us done mowing. What am I turning off there? So we'll fold that, turn that off as well. That needs to fold up, and that needs to fold up as well. Alright, so 11:45 in the morning, so hopefully sometime by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, that is turned to hay. I will say that being fall now, we're in mid-autumn, that sunrise is like 7:30 now, 7:30 in the morning, and I do believe last night, I think evening hours were somewhere around 7 o'clock. So daylight hours are getting crunch time on us, getting narrower times that we can work. I mean, you can work at night, but it's not much fun when you're trying to record a video here. Alright, just drop, and hopefully it stays where it is. Perfect, kind of. And I'll prepare ourselves here. Let's go get ourselves a baler here. Should be just inside. Open. Thank you. And there, we're all set. Let's go ahead and get our workers. So here's the PDA. This is just planted, so that's yellow, and everything else is just like pure green. There is one field ready for harvest, and it's this field down here, and that is sunflower. So if I click on ready for harvest, that turns off. So, but there is no contract on it, and really, is a field big enough for me to want to go down and do a contract on it? If it was, I don't know. It would be nice to harvest and get some extra grain off of things and get some extra cash, but right now, stop driver, there we go. We're pretty much all set. I'm just going to fold that up. I'll move him back to the farm in a while, but with you guys, I do want to come on down here to the horse barn area. Here we go. So here is the bale in question. So the hay bale is still here. Now it should be like 3,300 liters. Or 3,000 liters. Did I lose some overnight? I don't know. I thought it was 3,300 liters. I can't remember. But the thing is, the bale is still there. So I think I will make 8,000 liter bales. And put them all down here. Because the cows don't need hay. Technically. Because we're hopefully going to have total mixed rations. Did I give horse? I think I gave horses water this morning. I went around and gave everyone some water. Alright, do they have enough? How about if I turn on the animal HUD? That usually helps. Horses, 100% water. Straw, they will need straw by the end of the evening, looks like. Alright, so with that being said, I will take you on over to this place right here, the main barn, as we're going to call it. The main farm. Where am I? So here's the corn header. The class colors, and I tried to find, I wanted to go with like a shiny chrome on the front because that should wear off when we start using it. And that's like the closest color I can get for class right there. So there's our corn header. And that's pretty much it. I also have kind of figured out, so when we buy the land, this house up here, this is where Mr. Anderson lives currently. He said when we buy the land, yeah, he will head off to retirement somewhere else. So I'm thinking this is the house where our workers are going to sleep in, and our house is going to be in a different location, but we're going to have to do some yard work to get a house to go there. Let me rephrase that. I'm hoping I can put my house there. So how are the chickens doing? That is a good question. Oh, I did get ready for the cows. I moved the water around. I did find out something very interesting about this barn. So I came here trying to open up these doors, and I'm like, oh, these doors don't open? That's kind of weird. No, you have to open them from the inside. Right here. So they do open only from the inside, as far as I can tell. I tried going the outside and like thinking, well, if I try to get close to this side of the wall and hit it, it would open up. No, it didn't. I did put the water pipe here because I saw the water trough here. And then I was walking around the barn a little bit, and there's another water trough down here. And here as well. So I hope it doesn't matter when I try to autofill water. I guess we'll find out hopefully this fall. Alright, so anyways, what I'm going to do is let me come in here and we'll complete this contract, give ourselves some cash. I mean, like I said, I am kind of tired of doing contracts. And today I really haven't done that many. But I still got a good amount of cash there. But let's go ahead and repay off some of this loan here as much as I can. Interest rate, yeah, the interest rate went way below. We're below $3,000 at midnight, so that helps out. And if you look at the livestock stable income, it goes down slowly every day, it seems like. So, yeah, at some point, I mean, to reset it, do I just bring the horses back and then quote unquote get new ones and they'll reset to the higher number? Yeah, I'm not really sure why it slowly goes down when I got the same exact horses. Not sure about that at all. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go look at the Deuce Fire, bring him back to, well, one of the farms. And I should see you sometime, I'm hoping around 5 o'clock. That'd be great. And hopefully our grass is turned to hay so we can build up, pile it up, and put it under cover somewhere. Well, not too bad. It's now 6:15, and that's the color we're looking for. We have hay. It didn't rain. I am glad. Also, I probably didn't mention this, but maybe you guys already noticed if you look at the trees. Yeah, the trees have already, some of the trees are already starting to turn. This tree hasn't turned, though. Not yet, anyways. Maybe it will tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. But I don't care. This turned. We have hay. I don't know. I don't think I got much straw in here. Very little. So I'm wondering, is that going to switch over to hay? I hope I don't get a full... I mean, if I get a bale of straw out of it, it's not the worst thing in the world. But is it going to be all... Well, it still says straw. And probably I shouldn't be using the class tractor for this just because I think it might be a little bit underpowered for this. Alright, you know what? Let's turn that off. Because the Deuce Fire is just sitting right over here. So that seemed like it was struggling just a little bit. And I know when I get over to the other field and start going uphill, that's going to struggle. And it's going to get dark here pretty soon, believe it or not. So I want to at least get this all baled up before nighttime comes. Now I could leave it here until morning and pick it up then, but I'd rather not. Alright, the pickup is still down. Yes. Alright, so we're good to go. So it looks like the first bale is still going to be straw. I mean, I got 68 liters of straw in there, and the rest is hay, but I suppose it don't matter. There we go. Now we got hay. But that's okay, and that's what I have to say. Yeah, I do that all the time. I'm sorry. Apologize. I'll just continue making some hay bales here. And when we go down to the horse paddock to drop off some of these bales, we'll have to give them some more straw, which kind of sucks because I'm going to lose that bale again, but you know. And I'm not going to give them the 8,000 liter bale. I'm just going to give them a 4,000 liter bale. And I can't figure out another way to get the rest of the bale out of the shredder. I thought for sure by putting my bale spike on auto load that it would grab it right out of there, but that didn't work. But I'm glad we didn't screw up. Well, I shouldn't say we. I don't want to include you guys in on the mistake, but I didn't screw up the hay this time. Yeah, the first time I thought I had plenty of time before the rain came for this to turn, and a little bit did, but not enough to help us out at all. Now, I just realized when I bought the hay bale from the store, that looks like the base game hay bale, but now these are going to be the seasoned hay bales. So I just need to be a little bit careful when I go down there, and if like, oh, I need to grab a straw bale, I'm like, oh, here's some straw bales. No, these are hay. Now, we're not going to have enough time to do another cut, I don't think, this year. Now, with the new geo for Hazzard County, you're supposed to be able to mow the grass probably 4 times in a season. But since we only got, like, well, I don't know. Usually I'm used to in seasons that when winter comes, that's it. But with modded geos, you might be, you might be able to do some harvesting into early December. Yeah, early December. Early winter. At least that's what the geo says, or at least that's what the PDA and season shows for this geo. That the first and second day of winter, we still can do some harvesting. Which I would think down south in Georgia, you'd probably be able to in winter. Early winter, I should say. The baler made some quick work of that, which is good, because, like I said, it's going to get dark here rather soon, I would think. Can my fat butt get out of there? A little bit. Had to climb on the seed roll to get out of there. I don't think I'm going to bother using the trailer. I think we're just going to grab 3 bales at a time, and we'll stack them. That's a good question. I guess I could just stack a couple there. I'm going to have to leave some here for the sheep. Yeah, I think we'll just go ahead and stack them in there for now. Just to help get them out, because there's not that many bales. And really I'm not going far with them. And usually the bale spike is going to be here. And I've got a funny feeling every time the game restarts, I think this goes automatically into auto load. Does it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. That's fine, because that's where we want. That's a straw bale. Let's ignore that one for a second. So I got one more bale up there. That's fine. Have to scroll in, or else we're just going to see the top of the ceiling in here. Now, I don't really use the doors over here, so everything's fine for the most part, if you want to call it that. Somebody opens up that door, they'll just get a rude awakening like, dude, I can't get in here. No, you can't. There's 24,000 liters of, I almost said straw, of hay in the way. Alright, let's go pick up that one more bale that's here. Then we'll head up to the other field and start grabbing those. Feels good to have our own hay bales. I don't have to go all the way down to the store to grab some. Now, the one thing I started thinking about when I was baling, with the retrospect of the class tractor not mowing up the hill as fast as, well, just as fast as the John Deere did. The one thing I need to take consideration is the John Deere, I think when we sold that, just had this over an hour on it. So that had like a pretty good, fresh repair, fresh engine, however you want to say it, on it. The class tractor, I have yet to repair it, and I got 23 hours on it. So I should have reduced horsepower right now because it's not repaired fully. So that could be part of it. Not sure how much horsepower you lose when you get that far down on the repair. But I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit to do with it. Maybe that's why we're doing the same speed as what the John Deere did. Who knows? Fully repaired might do the same thing. I don't know, but something just to think about. And before I tried to backing out here, I should just have pulled forward like this and made my life a lot easier. So I'm hoping on the 4th day of autumn, which we'll see here in a while, after we finish pick up these bales and head on down to the horses and give them a straw bale. We'll see on the 4th day of autumn if there's any crops ready for harvest. I would hope so. Now the thing is, I don't know when those fields were planted. talking about our cornfields, that is. So I got... Okay, that'll work out. So I'll grab... I got these 3 here. We'll put these in the barn. I'll grab 3 more, put those in the barn. And then I'll have 1 hay and 1 straw bale left over, and I'll bring those on down to the horses. Well, it looks like I may not be bringing any hay bales on down to the horse barn, just because I did not see... I had 2 more bales up in the corner, and I didn't see them before. So I actually have a perfect stack of hay bales for in here, which just leaves the original straw bale that we originally dropped. Since I'm done in the barn here, I think I will close these doors. And this one here. So that just leaves 1 straw bale. Let's get that off our field, and we'll go down and put that under some shelter. And I will just make 1 more trip around our fields here, just to make sure, because I mean I missed the other 2. Yep, not seeing any. That field should be nice and clear. And around here. And I don't want to forget, I also need to zip on over, and luckily the Massey Ferguson is at the other farm. I do believe our chickens require some food as well. Definitely got to make sure they're fed, or I'll lose chickens. I could lose them all, really. I don't know how long animals and seasons can go without food before they start disappearing. I'll put that in a nice way. Before they start dying. Yeah, let's just say it like it is. Before they start keeling over. I don't know how long you have. I mean, can you go like 3-4 hours before they start keeling over, or once they're out of food is like within minutes? It's like, hey, your animals are dying, and you're like, what? Ew, I forgot to feed them. That'd be the reason why. We're coming, horsies. Now I do have the lights mod installed, so if I feel fit, maybe I mean, it'd be kind of rude to be putting some lights down by the animals and keeping them up all night or something like that. So I usually don't work at night unless I really, really have to. Just because, I mean, this does not seem dark to me at all, but, you know, sometimes YouTube videos come out darker. Videos come out darker than what they seem. Yeah, you never know. So I don't know how dark this looks for you. So here is an 8,000 liter bale. Now, do I want to try it by putting it in the shredder? I think we'll do this for science. Because I don't want to say I have a theory, but I have a thought maybe. Maybe since the bale is below 1,000 liters and it's in the shredder, so when midnight comes, you know, that's while it disappears. So when we get done putting some straw in the horses here, I should have like over 4,000 liters for science. And if that's the case, then I won't have to worry about it. Oh, you know why you can't load that? Because you haven't done this yet. There you go. Now it's actually on the bale spike. Come on. What are you sticking on? There you go. And then I just got to remember, feed the chickens, feed the chickens. You know what? Let me jump out of the vehicle. That way, if I do this... Uh-oh. They're out of food already. Let me turn this down to ×1. 244 chickens. Haven't lost any yet. Yeah, let's turn the speed down to ×1. So, yeah, that's a fun little thing that you find out. Like, yeah, we're doing fine. Here I'm sitting here talking about losing chickens. What happens when we run out of food? Meanwhile, the game is like, yeah, you're out of food. Newsflash for you. All right. So we should have pretty close to what, 4,600 liters left in here, I would think. All right, 5,240 liters is what we have left. I don't expect it's going to rain, but I am going to put it underneath the shed. That way, if it does rain, you know, we want to say, well, you left it out in the rain. That's why the straw. Yeah, okay, let's put it underneath the shed, just to make sure. And I will detach the tractor from it as well, because the tractor is not, you know, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but let's leave it like it would be, with no tractor attached to it as well. Alright, so lights off. Leave the tractor here. You poor little chickens, you. Where's my Massey Ferguson? Right there. No, 3 times for full lights. Zip around. Yeah, I'll probably put some outside lights around this farm once we own the property. I shouldn't be able to put any lights down because I don't own the property now. I would like a wash station as well. I mean, I probably should put down one at the other farm anyways, but I'm waiting until we buy this place so we can kind of make it, you know, decorate it, if you will. I don't want to say decorate. That seems like the wrong word to use, but let's go ahead and get our chickens some feed here. No, get back in. Why is it on seed? The last thing I did, the only thing I got here is wheat. Let's get to our chickens before we lose any. I think if I go around this way. It's funny how it looks a lot different at night when it's almost dark out. It's like, is this the way I need to go? There you guys go. And productivity should go back up to 100%. As for the eggs, slowly but surely, they're making eggs. So I am thinking with the sheep, maybe not this year, but next year we'll probably get the pallets, the 10,000 liter pallets from the store. I mean, they're only like a couple $100. Now that the sheep are really producing wool really fast. Yeah, I almost got 1,000 liters of wool in one day. But it is fall. When winter comes, I don't think I'll get any wool whatsoever. But we're saving our wool because I think the best price for wool is in... I think it was showing in the springtime. Yeah, right now the price of wool sucks. You can see in the springtime it was pretty good. It was almost up to $1,400. Now it's like $850-ish. Well, I'm not going to try parking this trailer at night. I can't park it during the day, so I'm not going to try to park it at night. I think we'll just go ahead and park this here. Turn that off. Nope, those were off. Turn that off. Cleanliness for the chickens, that's fine. Turn the speed back up to ×5. Actually, I just want to speed up real quick. I want to hit 1/4 the hour to make sure. There we go. It resets the animal HUD. Yeah, so 100% productivity. Everything's in the green. The sheep, I never worry about cleanliness. That grass/hay will decompose, and yeah, every time I go in there, it's not really worth it me to pick it up for what's in there. Yeah, all this yellow, you may be thinking that's ready for harvest. No, that means it's been planted. So where it says planted, it's yellow. If I select that, all those fields, yeah, all that yellow are just fields that are planted. There are no fields ready for harvest at this point in time. Actually, no, I think I'll leave the planted one off. That'll just make things look more confusing. Nope, I need to be on the map. We need to travel on home. Can I click on something that I can teleport to, please? That'll work. Alright, so if I sleep 11 hours, that should put us almost to 20 past 7 in the morning. Yep, still losing some cash at night, but that's okay. And as we wait for everything to adjust. So as I can see, it's almost 7:30 in the morning and it's still not really sunrise yet. It's getting close. What does the map say? The map says there's still nothing ready for harvest. Oh, wow. Day 4 is going to sucky suck. Sucky suck. Okay, so nothing showing ready for harvest yet. Let me teleport down to Bueller. Where am I? Okay, the main thing is the straw bale still sitting in here? It is. So, is it because it was less than 1,000 liters is disappearing? Inquiring minds want to know. So science pays off. So that's kind of a good thing to know. As for... I was ready to say I lost my hay bale. So that hay bale, didn't lose no liters on that. And if we go back to... I'll just jump right into the sheep pasture here. Also, the sheep are still getting grass from their grass field. Wow, I got almost another pallet here. How much have they gone through? It still says 67% grass here. Oh, before I forget, while I'm here, give them some water. Nope, that's the sheep barn. It's not where you want to be. This is where you want to be. Yep, 8,000 liters. Did not lose any hay whatsoever in the barn. So I'm learning some things. I don't know why I'm learning it, but the straw bale did not disappear in the shredder this time. Start guessing. I mean, is it because if it's below 1,000 liters, it doesn't register? So this grass field here, well, there's no grass here apparently, and it's not fertilized, but it shall be in the future. So yeah, day 4. Oh wait, where's that tree? Has that tree turned? No, that tree has not turned any colors, but the rest of them are starting to turn. Alright, it is what it is. So day 4, I mean, do I have any good contracts to do? Fertilizing. Me and the class tractor, are we going to fertilize again, or am I just going to skip the day? That is a good question. I don't know. I mean, what I'll probably do is just go up here with the combine just to see if I can actually harvest this today. But I think the PDA is probably telling me the truth, only because I have no contracts for harvesting. Wait, I say that quickly. Yeah, I have no harvesting contracts whatsoever, and there's a lot of fields that look like they're ready for harvest. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. So I don't know if I'm going to see you in day 4 in the afternoon. Maybe I'll start getting the fields turning over on the PDA sometime in the afternoon, because some of the fields did grow on midday on day 2. Day 2 of autumn, I was actually fertilizing a field, and there was no crops in it. And as I was fertilizing it, crops grew. So midday, maybe the fields will pop over. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time in Hazzard County. But until then, have a good one. I don't think we lost any chickens. We actually have more.